Hey guys, welcome back. And if you're just now joining the series here, welcome. So yeah, we're about to go do the first dragon kill of the game. Now this is a fun quest line, and just so you know, as soon as you bring that tablet back from the Dragonstone tablet or whatever from Bleak Falls Barrow and walk into this place, that's going to trigger the quests. So that's, you're going to walk in and kind of walk into the middle of some dialogue that's going on. So make sure you're ready to do this, before you get to this point. Some preparatory notes, make sure you got plenty of healing. Make sure you've got good strong weaponry. Make sure you've got the Flame Astronaut spell if you don't already have it. And he sells that book right here. So I got lucky that time. Okay, so normally what's going to happen is she's going to come running in and that, starts the whole thing. And then you can't even talk to him to clear the Bleak Falls Barrow quest. So I just got lucky and, beat her to him, and I was able to clear the quest that way. But, one way or another, you can clear it, when all this talking stuff is done here. You gotta follow them upstairs. We're gonna talk to the Jarl for a quick minute, and then that'll free him and his store back up. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you my inventory just real quick and show you what I'm talking about, making sure you're armed up for this. So in my weapons, I've got 2 bows now, one for souls, one for frost damage, and I just crafted these up. So if you're wondering how I did that, please be sure and catch my prior video. Alright guys, I'm going to be relying on the frostbow, absolutely. It's going to be the hardest hitting punch that I've got right now. Unfortunately, I don't have any clothing items for, archery, so I can't do anything about that. And I don't have any archery potions either, and that's okay. For right now, this is going to be real good. Now, in addition to that, I'm also going to be casting the Flame Astronaut spell under Conjuration. Absolutely. I'm going to pop that off the moment that dragon comes into view. I want that thing throwing fireballs at that, every chance it gets. Not only is that going to be a thing, I've got my follower. So make sure you have a follower with you. Where did he go? It doesn't matter which follower you use, just make sure you have one. And make sure they have a bow, a good long distance weapon. And also make sure he has a Flame Astronaut stick of his own so that he can cast one of those things as well. So now you're going to have 2 flamethrowers working for you at the same time. On top of that, make sure he's got a decent bow. And if you really want, you can enchant one for him to, and strengthen him up just a little bit.
From my personal armory.
I should come along. I would very much
Okay, we just got
No, I can't afford to risk both of you.
something. Dwarven armor is super heavy, so yeah, that's probably going to get disenchanted here right freaking now. Normally he'll give you something enchanted at that point in the game. So now, once all the dialogues and stuff is all done, you'll notice the quest marker kind of moves to her now. So what we're going to do is now we're going to meet her out in the open somewhere outside the town, and that's where the quest is going to go next. So at this point, you're free to go, use the store and go do other things in Skyrim if you really need to. 45 frickin' pounds. I mean, yeah, it's got 37 armor, but that's just, yeah, no. Oh, don't mind if I do. Okay, let's see here. It looks like I'm due for health. Alrighty, so just to speed things up a little bit, I warped outside of town here. This is the stable, just to show you on the map where we're at and where we are going. So there's the Whiterun Stables. We are going to go west and meet whatever her name is at the Western Watchtower. Okay, now, you might want to take a quick look around here for some flowers. A lot of times you'll see Blue Mountain Flower and some others around here that are worthwhile for potion crafting. Alright guys, I was pushing the wrong button earlier trying to get right when I was doing my enchanting, and the Xbox has a little delay when it tells you it's uploaded, so apologies for those messages. They're probably going to pop up periodically. I know I mashed that button like 20 times, so that's going to be fun. Okay, again with the flowers, some of these are real lucrative for crafting, so I always take the time to get this stuff. Oh, blue butterflies, guys. These aren't what I'm looking for, but it's there, so I'm going to farm it. But, yeah, blue butterflies. Always take the time to grab those suckers. Matter of fact, there's my quest marker right there. I'm not going to go there just yet. I want blue butterfly wings, because I'm going to have to craft a whole bunch more enchanting potions here real quick. Alright guys, I activated my quest marker and it has now moved to the watchtower. So now this is a real good time to get yourself together. You know, go ahead and get your bow ready to rock and roll. Make sure your follower's ready to rock and roll. He's with you. Make sure you've got things favorited so that you can, you know, go back and forth. Make sure you've got some potions favorited so you can heal. And as soon as you talk to this guard inside this tower now, that dragon's gonna come.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got...
Okay, now as soon as you see the dragon come in range, and I'll show you exactly which direction it's gonna come in from. It'll come from that mountain, give or take. And you'll probably even start hearing it roaring at some point. Now, if you're new to the game, this is going to seem kind of scary. It's going to be a scary fight, so save the game, folks. Okay, now before I do anything, I'm going to pop a Flame Astronaut. Okay, so now watch what happens with the follower here in a second. Bam! He just popped another Flame Astronaut. Freaking amazing. Watch that go, guys. You got fireballs just constantly going after this thing, and that's money. That is going to do some extra damage, and while the dragon is on fire, it's also going to do an extra damage bonus. So now go ahead and start plugging him with the arrows, and while he's on fire, just keep in mind you're getting a damage bonus there. And now it's kind of hard to track him. That's another thing the Flame Astronauts are really good for, is just look at which way the fireballs are going, and then that'll tell you where your dragon is. Uh-oh. Okay, this is why I say have the healing potions ready to go, because he's about to kill me! You can use the magic too, but keep in mind you're vulnerable while you're doing that. That's why I prefer the potions. And if you really need to get some distance so he doesn't, you know, burn you down again, run. Feel free to do that, it's okay. But look, guys, look at the health that's gone already, and I don't even think I've hit him with an arrow yet. This is all everything else. This is the Flame Astronauts, this is the follower, and now I'm going to stop talking and actually try to concentrate here a little bit. Okay, now he just made a sound and he kind of lifted his head back like that. That means he's out of magic and he can't fly. Not magic in his magic attacks, but his flight. So he's going to be grounded now for a while. And there it is, guys. Now, again, if that's your first time playing, it's probably scary, you know. You'll probably die there a few times. Yours truly did. Because there's a really cool cinematic right there. The sound, the images, just everything that's going on. And I didn't want to spoil that for folks. So if it's your first time playing and you're able to kill him, congratulations. You're in for a real treat there with the game. Now, there are some dialogue options you'll have to get through, and it doesn't matter which way you go, just get through them and you'll be okay. Alright guys, so once the dragon is dead, you're pretty much done here. Now don't forget to loot the dragon. And also this opened up a shout. 75, that's not bad. Oh, these are awesome, and you can actually sell these, but wow, they are heavy. So grab them, but don't hold on to them for too long. I think you can sell that at general stores, and I think you can also sell those at either blacksmiths. And it's been a minute. I'll have to get back to you on that. There's a couple of different vendors you can sell those to, though. General store for sure. Alright guys, so again, just, you know, really, really cool theatrics there. Enjoy the video game. I hope you guys are able to get through it. If you die, just keep in mind when the dragon drops out of the sky, the whole earth shakes, and you notice my screen kind of got all wonky there. So, you know, a good rule of thumb is to kind of keep a distance, you know, and pay attention to what the dragon is going after. If he's targeting you, you can run away from him before he lands. And then you know that you should be able to avoid that shockwave, and then you can start plugging him with arrows, and you don't have to worry about your aim being tough to zoom in with. If he's targeting other foes, keep a distance from that other foe, and that'll give you the same kind of effect. You'll be able to avoid that ground pound, and you'll be able to start plugging him with arrows earlier. But guys, between the Flame Astronauts, the Follower, and the awesome weapons, that should give you a real good advantage in combat here. Now, if it was still too tough, honestly, that's okay. There's a couple of things you can do about that. You can go into settings, gameplay, and you can change the difficulty down to novice, and that'll really, you know, ease the fight up for you a little bit. And if that's still not enough, you can come back here later on. Again, as long as you're not... well, what I would do is probably reload that save before you got into this fist fight. Ah, cool moon. And, you know, just that way you can reload the save, go off, do other things, maybe get some of your enchanting up higher, get your smithing up higher, get your bows stronger, you know, and equip the follower with a better weapon, whatever you need to do. You know, the point is you can come back here later in the game. Now, this is a critical quest. So at this point now, we're going to go back and talk to the Jarl of Whiterun, and that's going to progress the gameplay. Now, it's nighttime in my game. Funny, I was just talking about butterflies. Guys, this is a real good one for invisibility potions and for leveling. So always take the time to get blue butterflies for the crafting, but these butterflies for your leveling. Okay, now, one thing that I want to talking about, you know, the game progressing right now. This is a critical quest. You cannot fast travel to the castle. Notice that. The icon is missing. And they do that on purpose. They want you to fast travel or walk through the gate, and the reason is because that's going to trigger a cutscene.
Look, by Izmir, you did it. You killed the dragon. Turn around and go back the way you came.
We're causing no trouble.
Any minute now. There it goes.
I don't care what you
Okay, and that's the start of another quest, and we'll get into that here in a moment. So for right now, we can just kind of continue on through town. Alright, go ahead and follow your quest marker there. Talk to the Jarl.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon? I knew I could count on Irileth. Dragonborn. What do you... So it's true.
Okay, that power that it absorbed, that dialogue option was just talking about. I'll show you what that's referring to. And that was the part of the video I cut out. So, if you go into your magic under your shouts, this is your first shout. Now, you can't actually unlock it unless you dump a soul into it normally. The first one is a freebie. They just kind of give you that one. But just keep in mind, you'll probably want to favorite that. Well, maybe not favorite it, depending on whether or not you like using it. I just don't like ever equipping it, because sometimes if I accidentally mash that button and I shout into a friendly, sometimes that can start a fight or a bounty, or just, you know, it can cause a number of problems. So, you know, just a little word of warning there. Be careful what shouts you do decide to equip. You'll be able to once again talk to the Jarl.
Great service by my right as Jarl.
And that'll complete your dragon raising.
It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia. I'll also notify... Okay, now a few videos ago I mentioned Lydia. That's the person in armor at the beginning of the building here that I mentioned would be standing there at some point. Okay, we're there now, guys. So that's just a fringe benefit to doing this quest line here. So now we got some loot, we got some, you know, some extra fringe benefits here. The shout, rock and roll. Now make sure that all of his dialogue options have been cleared at this point. This is a quest glitch alert. Sometimes if you don't clear critical NPC dialogue, it'll cause a problem later in the game. Now, I don't think one of these specifically was linked to one of these, but at some point, the dialogue options in this town's Jarl are. So keep that in mind. Always check with him periodically and make sure that all of his dialogue options are cleared. Now, if you don't mind. Alright, guys. I'm just going to talk real briefly about the House Carl here. So now she's going to want to grab your attention right away, and that's okay. Go ahead and talk to her.
Has appointed me
you know, let's get through the dialogue options, whatever.
The title of Thane as my Thane.
But she can also be a follower. She's pretty formidable in combat. She's got that armor on, so she has some durability to her. And again, you can equip her just like we did with our other follower. You can give her the enchanted weapons, you can give her the flame astronaut stick, and she'll pretty much perform and behave exactly the way he did. Now, she will be at our house once we buy that house, but we have not bought that house yet. We don't have anywhere near that gold. In fact, there's a couple of milk runs I've been putting off specifically so that we can go buy that and, you know, we'll have some good, reliable storage space. So anyway, for right now, you can find her in the building here, sometimes in the chair, sometimes just roaming around the grounds. But after we buy that house, she will reside in the house in her own separate room, and she's just kind of there to watch the house for us. But I am actually going to marry her, and, you know, one cool thing about this game is they don't care if you're male or female. But, you know, whether you're a male or female character, it's okay. You can marry her, and she will have a store that she'll own, and income from that store will be given to you every time you talk to her. Now, it might take a day or two for that income to generate, and the longer it is you talk to her, the more money you'll get. So again, guys, just lots of fringe benefits come with having this specific NPC. Alright, guys, I hope that helped you all out. I hope you were able to make it through. If you enjoyed the video and you appreciated the content I put out, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting!